Hello, everyone. I am Erika. Most of you probably already know me from around the internet. If you don't, I'm Erika. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a storyteller. I DM both Dungeons and Dragons and Storytell Chronicles of Darkness. I have recently just gotten back into storytelling World of Darkness games as well. I am a freelance contractor with Onyx Path Publishing. That's been very exciting. It still feels really weird to say that. I'm still getting used to that. So that's been cool.
Great.
So that is me. I'm not that exciting. I am just here to tell a story. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go around and everyone is going to tell us a bit about yourself, whatever you're comfortable sharing. It can be a little, it can be a lot. And then tell us about your character and tell us, who they were before their durance and who their durance turned them into. So, we are going to start with the very first person on my screen, which is Rook. We're going to start with the newbie, naturally. No pressure.
Of course. Hello, I'm Rook. That is actually like who I am, IRL, not legal name, but it's what people call me. I am a professional historian by training, but there's not a whole lot of historian work, so I've gotten into streaming. I've been doing games, and I've been doing life coaching, and I've been doing tarot, and I've been doing all kinds of things, really. I will be playing Lysander Charles, who, mortal life, he was a lawyer who focused on people who were either accused of breaking immoral laws or are innocent of wrongdoing, and also trying to overturn convictions for innocent people as well. And then the Fae actually being unknowable, I left it pretty open. Maybe the Keeper wanted to show him what he was missing, or try to tell him that authoritarianism is valid. But either way, the Keeper turned his attention away from worldly matters and human matters and pointed his eyes towards the stars, directing him to gather the secrets of the stars and pass them along. So, trying to tell him that what he was doing was less than useless. It was insignificant. But at some point, Lysander will realize that we are a natural facet of that unknowable infinite.
I'm super excited. Like I said, Rook is new to Changeling, so we are all going to do our best to help him learn. Okay, so next on my list / screen is Ego. Tell us a bit about yourself and your character.
So I am Ego. I am a jeweler by trade. And I will be playing Dutch Kavanaugh, also called Shard. Dutch was the son of a preacher growing up in the newly founded town of Cheyenne, just when the Union Pacific was coming through. He was an adventurous young soul at 13, when he and a friend decided to investigate rumors of a haunted cave from a couple of miles away from Cheyenne. They planned a day of it. They found a cave. Dutch was hurt, gashed his arm pretty well, but they followed reflecting light to find this silvery pool surrounded by clockwork crabs and gem-worked fish swimming on the inside. And that is where his keeper found him. His friend booked it, got out of there. He didn't. Over the course of his durance, he turned from, and Lord knows how long it took, he turned from this innocent preacher's son into a tool of intelligence in an eternal war for his keeper. He would stalk the battlefields behind enemy lines and try to gather as much intelligence on the enemy's position and strength as possible. Usually in, let's say, very not PC or PG ways. There's a lot of physical coercion. But he was one of the best that there was. He was a new breed because this was his keeper experimenting with giving him a little bit of mental freedom. Because only a human can know really how to hurt a human. Didn't go so well for him in the end. He was caught escaping from a recent victim and killed, grievously injured, and basically that is how he escaped. His life force was almost snuffed out and he was washed out of the realm. And that's basically where you find him.
All right. That's it's quite a lot to go through. Not that any Durance isn't quite a lot to go through, but that's quite a lot to go through. I'm definitely curious to see what became of those friends of his that escaped when he did not.
That's a good question. And he doesn't even know if he has a fetch or not.
All good things to explore. That's exciting. All right, next on my screen is GothFox.
Okay. Hi, my name is GothFox. I am in between jobs. I'm an aspiring VTuber. I would say aspiring voice actor as well. I love tabletop. I'm also a storyteller myself. I got into Changeling a year ago, actually, and I've been very solid with my old group, and I still love them to death. And I will be playing, and I'm a writer, I suppose. I will be playing Sonny, his real name, Franklin Hastings, but he mostly knows himself as Sonny. He is a Beast Larcenist, but everyone knows he's a party animal. Before he was taken, he was he was a bit of a petty thief, and did his best to provide for his family, specifically his younger sister. But he sort of forgot a lot of things. But he has traveled all over Europe. So he was originally from the great United Kingdom, and traveled east for better opportunities. In the end, he sort of stayed around St. Petersburg for a while, but as soon as the Romanovs were executed, he had no choice but to run away. He didn't get that far. More in the sense of being taken, getting lost. And now? Well, he's a party animal, I'd say.
That is exciting. I was excited when I got your concept. I'm not used to beasts in my Chronicles. I don't get a lot of players who play beasts. They're one of my favorites. They're exciting. So I'm excited to see what you do with that and how that comes into play with your character. It's going to be exciting.
It's funny because my favorite is the Wizened.
Mine too. Last but certainly not least, we have Key. Go ahead and tell us a bit about yourself and your character.
Yes, I am the man with no name, Kisama, and I do a lot of things. Too many to list. But my character, I am the fairest of the group. I will be playing... I don't have a nickname, so I'm Lewis, and I was drafted into the military during World War I, stationed in France, and swept off my feet by the Green Fairy for a few months, which turned out to be years of just a constant cycle of, hey, come party with me. You're boring, go away. Come back, come party with me. Just over and over. Until eventually, he left.
here is something that you may or may not have already guessed. You all share the same keeper. So now we are going to figure out how you guys know each other, because you have certainly met during your durance. It sounds like we have two party animals here who could very well know each other from one soiree or another, or all of them.
So you probably would have known Dutch by Shard and by reputation as basically the arm of the keeper, and his eyes and ears, rather hers.
Huh.
That being said, you might also know that depending on how this actually happens, how we escape, you might also know that he was almost killed in service. So it's possible that we could have met sort of while he was recovering.
Lysander wouldn't be any stranger to the parties either. Not specifically suited to them, but not necessarily excluded either. Not uncomfortable in them, I'll say.
So we have two party animals, somebody who is not averse to a party, and basically Grandpa.
Yeah,
Which would-
I would say so.
So I can see us. I can see us, in fact, having met while Shard is recuperating. I mean, you two, Goth and Key, have your hooks in alcohol and various fey spirits.
Alcohol? I didn't say anything about alcohol.
Okay, fine. Various fey spirits and drugs.
How about I clarify some things? I was a literal party animal. Like, it was the experimental phase of everything. The keeper would just go like, "Oh yes, I've heard of party animals before. Here's a party animal. Now eat everybody." And yeah, it was a bloodbath.
Okay.
Goth is the goat that shows up at every house party.
Yeah, actually.
Is that sort of like your beast archetype? You're a goat?
No, I'm actually a wolf, but hey.
So what do you reckon? Would you and Keen know each other, Goth?
I'd say I'd know everybody in some sense. Like, I've seen everybody wander about, and I may have chewed off someone's. Oh, you know what would be very awkward? Sorry, your character was the one who got injured and nearly killed, right?
Right.
Wouldn't it be really awkward that I tried to kill you?
Given the fact that in my own canon he was killed by a beast, sure.
Compromise.
Drama. I like
Erika,
it. We
Erika
haven't
loves
even
it.
started yet, and there's already drama. I love it.
It'd be like, "Oh, hey, it's you. No hard feelings, right?"
Okay. So you know me because you basically killed me.
You were yummy in hindsight.
Oh, good. Key, Rook, how about you guys?
Okay, so Lewis would have watched the mauling, I think.
Rook, how about you, brother? What are you thinking?
Lysander would probably know Shard because looking to the stars for guidance for battle purposes would not be uncommon, I would think, for the keeper. So Lysander wouldn't necessarily be a stranger to. He'd be a stranger to the battlefield itself, but like preparations for war and whatnot, he'd probably be involved with.
So it's possible that you would have sort of given me a starting point. Hey, you might be able to find somebody here around these parts.
Entirely possible.
Despite the fact that he is not built to be like a party animal or partier, it's definitely possible that Shard has been to parties as protection, or to make sure that no one takes the opportunity to escape or anything like that. So it's possible that you've met Key's character as well.
I can see that. All right. I think we got something here.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.